How's it going, guys? Joe here. As many of you may already know, I'm a media officer at Sedgley Tigers Rugby Club. They're a recently promoted National 1 rugby team playing at Whitefield. This year is my third season there, and so for this one, I thought I might start making these videos about the club, about updates going on there, and about the games week on week, as well as a bit of shameless self-promotion as well. Let's get into last week's game. Unfortunately, I missed it due to some personal commitments. However, it was a cracking season opener for the Tigers. They hosted the Rams at home. Unfortunately, the Rams, as they have done many times in the past, just pips edge at the post to put away the hosts in their season opener as well. Rams are a really strong side coming all the way from Reading. Not a bad performance for the Tigers overall, however. Sets them up nicely for this weekend's Derby Day at Park Lane, where Tigers will be hosting Sale FC, which is always a really interesting game. I'm personally very excited for it. But before we get into that, let's talk a bit about the game last Saturday. Connor James is the new Sedgley Tigers captain, obviously filling the boots of Matt Riley, who retired last season. Over 250 appearances for the club for him, an absolute club legend. So big boots to fill for the influential back rower, Connor James. Obviously, he's a legend of the club and an MMU alum just like me. So really excited to see the work he puts in this new leadership role. Charlie Wardle started at 10 in place of our usual fly half Warren Seals, who is still recovering from a knee injury that he picked up from during our game against Rotherham last season. Charlie Wardle is a great player and a great replacement for the usual South African wonder that is Seals. Last week was also the 50th-ish appearance for Austin Downham. I think it was his 53rd actually, but you might, anyone who caught the game on the Buzz Media YouTube channel will have heard heard them celebrating his 50th appearance. He's an excellent replacement forward for the club. Always brings an impact when he's brought onto the pitch in those later stages of the game. Influential around the ruck and in the scrum. So great to see him back for another season. Like any team, Tigers have got a raft of new signings joining them this season. Many of whom made an appearance last week. One being Billy Addy, who started at number 5 for his debut. Really excited to see more from him. Zane Ainsley, a new sign from Windy Wellington, New Zealand. He joins us from Rossendale. A talented centre who actually picked up a try in his first game. So again, really excited to see what he brings to the table. Josh Ree might be a familiar name around Sedgley Tigers fans. I certainly remember him for all the games we played against him. During his time at Darlington Mowden Park. He's a talented fullback who's joining us from Preston Grasshoppers, and obviously fought before then Darlington. A great player on the ball, travels with speed and intention. Great with his hands, great on his feet, and a reliable kicker, as we saw on Saturday as well. I think out of the 3 kicks, the man only missed one during his debut for the club. So that's a fairly impressive feat. And finally, we've got Beltas Nonle, who is actually a former Tiger, joining us from Northampton Saints, another replacement forward, an impact forward to say the least, who will hopefully bring strength and technique to the Tigers where they might need it in their pack. So to get into the game itself, obviously coming into this game, Rams finished 5th in the league last season, and Tigers only 11th. So while Rams have always been known as a physically and skillfully dominant side in the National 1 League, they were definitely the favourites going into this game. However, it really felt like the Rams took a while to sort of get into the game itself last week, and that was obviously shown by Zane Ainsley opening up the scoring for Tigers, scoring his debut for the club. As I mentioned, Tigers looked really weak at the line-out, obviously conceding 2 tries from that point, but also missing almost every line-out in that first half. But fortunately, Josh Ree was able to pick up another penalty for the Tigers, putting the score at 13-12 to the hosts at half-time. Into the second half, Calling Smith was the first to score for Rams. He did so off a lovely little grabber kick from his inside man, picking up a try on the outside to bring the score to 13-17, because of course that conversion was missed, unfortunately. Tigers were quick to respond with a nice little try from Lewis Bradley, the mini truck. That was a lovely little solo try from him off the back of a ruck. Obviously, Tigers were crashing away at the Rams try line, and Bradley was able to just slip one through under the radar. That brought the scores up to almost level, 18-17 to the hosts. That was the only kick that Josh Reed missed that game. There was the conversion for that try. And at this point where the game sort of gets away from the Tigers a little bit, Zach Clow comes in with a try down the wing, a really strong and impactful try to win Rams the game and the bonus point. That was converted by Cook to bring the final score to 18-24 to the visitors Rams. A cracking first game for Tigers, one they can genuinely be proud of. They stayed in, both teams, to be honest, stayed in it to the very last minute, went down to the wire as games against Rams always seem to go. And yeah, just a great season opener for the Tigers. So looking ahead to this weekend, it was Derby Day at Park Lane, where they are hosting Sale FC for the first time this season. That's always a really interesting game. I, of course, will be there commentating and interviewing and all that stuff. So for anyone attending that game, see you pitch side. If not, see you next week.